My name's George Beilby. I've served 27 years in the Royal Marines, and after my last Afghan tour, I came back in 2009, along came Monkerhostin, who you can see here. I went to Philip Hobbs Gallops one day, bumped into Johnson White, his assistant, who's an old friend, and we mentioned that we were looking for another horse, a general riding horse. He mentioned that he had an ex-racehorse. They were looking for a home for him, but it wasn't any old horse, it was Monkerhostin.
As they come towards the last, it is just Hulabaloo and Monkerhostin over it together. Iris de Balm has taken 4th place. They head up towards the line. Monkerhostin and Richard Johnson in front. Rhino Clare in 2nd place, but it's going to be Monkerhostin who wins. I
started riding him, and I began to identify that our lives and what we did weren't that dissimilar. And I've made this analogy before that racehorses in many ways are like soldiers. They live very disciplined lives. When they perform, they're expected to give everything. They're the least to gain from what they do and the most to lose. And at the end of their careers, it can be quite difficult making that transition out of racing. And equally that analogy applies to soldiers. So I sort of identified with him and his little problems he had in adjusting to life outside of racing. What I did notice though, and I've ridden lots of horses, but there was something unique about him. Every time I went out on him and went somewhere, I felt better. I felt like I'd been on a bit of a journey. And he seemed to come back feeling better, and so did I. I recommend an ex-racehorse to any competent, confident rider. The qualities that have made me a success as a soldier will make me as a success when the day comes and I become a civilian. And the same qualities that make a racehorse good at what they are will make them good in another job. And they are versatile, they're adaptable, they can do so many other things, and I think there's probably a person for every thoroughbred out there.